you had the attention of all Black Africans listening across the continent today, what would be that one most significant thing you would want them to understand about Afrikaners?
So people often say the Afrikaners are the white tribe of Africa. And I think it's true in the sense that if we go to the Netherlands, we are not Dutch. If we go to France, we are not French. If we go to Germany, we are not Germans. If we go to America, we are not American. So I have spent a lot of time reading Afrikaner philosophy. The most important theme that comes out throughout all the major works that have to do with Afrikaner philosophy is this idea of becoming a nation on the African continent while having ancestors in Europe, but regarding yourself as African and not as European.
Do you consider yourself African? If so, how?
The Afrikaners have no other home than Africa, and South Africa in particular. And I've been to Europe and I don't regard it as my home. It's a great place to visit, but I don't feel like I'm at home. I feel at home under the African sun and with the African soil below my feet. We regard ourselves as African, and what we mean by that is not so much that we are civilizationally African, but that we belong in Africa. Our identity was forged in Africa. We've been on the African continent for almost 400 years. We became a unique people in Africa. We developed our own language on the African continent and we named it after the African continent. It's called Afrikaans.
I want to know, how do you explain your African identity to other whites when you speak, especially outside of Africa? Is there a kind of contradiction you feel sometimes? Does it sometimes feel awkward speaking to another white, say a Swede or a Finn or a Dutch, but then you still maintain a form of Africanness?
I don't necessarily think that includes the Afrikaners. I think we descend from Western civilization, but we are African if by African you mean that this is our home, this is our place. The fact is if the Afrikaner people are not indigenous to Africa, the question then is, to which continent are we indigenous? Because we're not indigenous to Europe. You say to someone that you cannot be of Western descent, you cannot be Western and African, is like saying you cannot be green, you have to be blue or yellow, you can't be both. I was young when we moved to Tzaneen, which is an agricultural community in the north of South Africa, not far from Zimbabwe. And I was born in the last years of the apartheid system.